Hey everyone, Dimitri here. Thank you to our new member today. We have 14 new members. That's pretty unreal. It's really heartwarming to see that. So many folks wanting to work on their issues, so many brothers wanting to elevate themselves. So thank you for that. I just wanted to address Lauren's comment followed by Benny's comment on checking out girls and guys and how we feel about it and the impact of pornography on this. So, okay, shame and creepiness. So yesterday someone asked me to define shame, which was great because I had never defined shame. So I think shame is when you undertake an action and that action is then condemned by an authority or a parent figure. So it's a two-step process. And typically the condemnation will come from the outside. Yes. Whereas for creepiness, it's that we engage in an action and the condemnation comes from the inside. We do something that we're not aligned with and we condemn it, but we do it anyway because impulse or some reason. So I think it's important to distinguish the two. And so I think what you're describing, Lawrence, is a feeling of creepiness and guilt and everything that comes with it. But that's how I interpret it. And the reason for that, I think, is because you're acting from your shadow. I completely understand what you mean, because for me, I used to do the same, and I still do sometimes. And I'm checking out girls, and I'm checking if they're wearing a G-string or not. And if they're wearing a G-string, I'm like, yes, this is on. If she's not, I'm like, oh well, too bad. So yeah, and when I do that, it is my shadow, it is my dark side. I haven't defined shadow yet. We'll just take an intuitive sense of shadow. It is my shadow trying to find another shadow, trying to find someone else who's corrupted in the same way as I am. And if she's wearing a G-string, oh yeah, she's up for it because she's speaking out of her shadow. And so then if you cross eye contact, then you can't keep staring at them because your shadow has been caught. You're not meant to act out of your shadow in society. And if you do, you will go to jail. Long story short. So, or less bad, but if you do it properly, that's what happens. So, yeah. So I think that's what happens. You act out of your shadow, you get caught, your shadow cannot be caught, so you just lower your eyes and you feel creepy because you've acted out of your shadow and there's been condemnation. The girls haven't really condemned you, but you condemn yourself because you've crossed their eyes. So what I think you can do is two things. You can first stop acting out of your shadow, which is bad because it's more repression added to the shadow and it's hard to do. Second thing you can do is actually attribute this behavior not to your shadow. Get this thing out of your shadow and make it become just the man who you are. In my pickup days, that was a key for confidence, is that I was owning my sexual desire for women. I would see a girl and be like, hey, what's up? With all the facial messages and body language that conveys that, hey, I'm super attracted to you. And I'd be like, hey, what's up? Yeah, right, I'm Dimitri, blah, blah, blah. She'd know I'm attracted to her. And then I could say something like, if I liked her breasts, I'd say, hey, I really like your jumper. It suits you well. And, she'd get the message. So this doesn't need to be your shadow anymore. It doesn't need to be repressed. It's totally okay to express that you're attracted to women because that's what they want. The only thing is that girls want to be sexy because they want to attract men and they want to feel beautiful, and men have this like sexual impulse that comes from the shadow. And I think it's a big misunderstanding between men and women. Maybe it's better that it remains like that because that's what makes the world run. I don't know. Or maybe it should be clear. If you own that desire, if you own that behavior, and as you look at them, you just smile. Or you smile, or you make it official that, hey, yeah, I was checking you out because you're super hot. So you're not the object of my desires and worst envies. You're just someone who's super sexy. If you make girls feel sexy, even if it comes from your shadow, they'll be happy with it because that's what they're looking for. Guys, don't do guys, but if you're into guys, probably the same. I'm not sure. There's another layer of taboo here because if checking a guy out is not into guys, I don't know. I can't really tell about guys and gals together because I haven't done it. So yeah, tell us how you feel. It's also interesting. That's it. I hope it answers it. Benny's comment, yeah, checking people out. I think it's okay. Like it's probably if you're in a relationship, you're probably checking other people out because of monogamy, and it's okay. Like your partner, however amazing she or he is they're great, and they will not fulfill every single aspect of your shadow. If you're single, you should be checking other people out because you're single. So if you're looking for a relationship or a sexual activity, you should be checking these people out. So it's all well, it's all human, it's all fine. Get this out of your shadow, own it, own your desire. Because you have this, you're like, oh, you know, you get this shadow voice, whatever. Oh yeah, I would bang you, blah blah blah. That it doesn't need to be that. You can just say you're super sexy. You can just say she's sexual, she's sexy, and you turn the sexualness into sexiness. And girls love to be covered in sexiness and be seen with the eyes of sexiness. So I hope that clarifies that. Comments, questions, everything. Shoot right away. Great topic, guys. Let's keep it going. Thank you.